Yeah.
All right. I'd like you to get there as well. All right. Don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like this in here. It will in a second. Are you both there?
Yeah.
All right. Can you see over here? You might have to go, and if it looks like this, you might have to move up. Can you see up here where you've got a button or a link that says new? Do you both have that?
Yeah.
Angie?
Yeah.
All right, click the new, and it's going to say you want to create a new database. All right. And we're just going to call it Company XYZ. Don't put any spaces in there, but just type in Company XYZ. Don't worry that it's giving you, because it's a typo, but it's no problem. And after you get that, click the button that says Create. You should have gotten a message that said it was created, and now you should see it down here. Am I correct?
I'm not seeing it on the side. Oh, never mind.
So you both have it?
Yeah.
Angie? Angie, do you have it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Then click on the link that says Company XYZ. All right. Now it says no tables found in the database. We could create these tables by hand, but we're not going to. And the reason we're not going to is because you do it differently in here than the way we're going to do it. We'll go back and we'll create a table or two by hand when we get to the SQL Server stuff next week. But I'd like you to please click on the, and here, and Keegan, I think you said you have this too, that says SQL. Does your screen now look like mine, where you've got this white box, and does it say above it, run SQL queries on database company XYZ? Do you both have that?
Yeah.
Keegan?
Yeah.
All right. Then what you're going to have to do, and I'm going to stop my share and then come back to it, but I want you to please go back to this file right here. See this on your screen? And I want you to highlight everything in, at least on mine, in lines 4, 5, 6, and 7, like that. Highlight them and either do a Control-C to copy, or right mouse click and choose copy, or however you do a copy. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to change my share and I'm going to jump back in again to where I just was, which is here. Now, if we paste this in, all right, what you'll notice is this has its own way of color coding things. So the colors are a little different, but it should work. So in other words, what you'll have to do is go down so you can see this go button that's down in the lower right-hand corner. And now if we click it, if you got it, go ahead and click it. If you got this back like I did, where it says MySQL returned an empty set, it worked. If you got an error message, you've got to let me know. Did it work for both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm asking you this. Do you feel confident enough that you can go back and one at a time add these tables? Copy it, go back, open up a new SQL window, paste that in, click go back to here again, then do the next table. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So go in and add the next 7 tables. So go in. We've now got categories. Add customers, then employees, then vendors, then products, then product vendors, then orders, then order details. And I'm going to do the same thing. All right. But I'm going to go back, and all you're going to see on my screen, if you are going to look with me, is I'm just going to keep this screen up. All right. So now in here, I've now got my second table. There it is. I'm going to again click go. I again got my message. All right. So I'm going to jump in. So please do the same thing. All right. And put the rest of put all those tables in there. All right. And then I'll give you 5 minutes, and then we'll kind of come back again in 5 minutes when we're all done. All right. Now, when you are all done, when you've got all 8 of them done, come in here, open up a new SQL window, and type in show tables. They are keywords, but you can put them in lowercase. It doesn't hurt anything. Then click the go button, and you should see 8 tables. If there's anything missing, if you've only got 7 or whatever, go back and add them. And then please, both of you, just let me know when you've got all 8 tables in.
I've got all of them.
I'm good.
Okay, so you both do. Great. Now, what we have done then is we created the database over here by clicking that new button that was up here. We gave it a name. Then we went in, and normally, we could go in if we wanted to and add the tables, like I said, individually, but this was faster to do it this way. All right. Now, going back then, I'm going to stop the share. And I'm going to go back to this right here. We don't need this file anymore, but don't close it yet. Do a file open and then find the next file, 01 categories.sql, and open up that file. All right, it'll take just a second. There it is. So it should look like this. Let me know when you've got that open.
I've got it open.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Again, copy all the contents. All right. Go back to your PHP open up a new SQL window, and paste that in. Then click your Go button. Now it's telling us there's 6 rows in there, and it's saying inserted, inserted. And don't worry about that. That's totally fine. To double check and make sure that worked for you, open up a new SQL window and type in select star or asterisk from categories, and then run the query. And if it looks like this, you did it correctly. Go ahead and do that, and then let me know when you're done whether or not it worked.
Mine worked.
Great.
Okay.
All right, so it worked for both of you? Yes?
Yeah.
All right. Then, and I'm very pragmatic. In other words, I like to do this slow. We only have to do this once because we're building, we have come in and we have built the database schema. We have created the tables, and now we're starting to populate the tables. So what I'd like you to do, very similar to what we just did, is I would like you to go back to here and open up each file, but open them up in the order that I made them, because some of these files depend on some of the other ones. So then open up the 02 customers file. Again, copy everything that's in there. All right, then again, jump back into your PHP open up a new SQL window, paste that in, and type or click go. And it should put in, I don't remember how many customers there are. Looks like there are 27 customers, at least in mine. Then when you're done, open up a new SQL window and do a select star from customers. You don't need the where one, that doesn't matter. All right. And check and make sure. Well, I don't know what I did. Let's try it again. All right. And there's my customers. So I'm going to trust you that you're able to do that with the other 7 tables that are in here. In other words, I showed you categories, I've shown you customers, but you'll do all 8 of the tables and make sure that the data is in there. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just going to keep this window open, and I'm going to add this stuff so you'll see it when I go back to the other window and I bring all these files in one at a time. You'll see them. All right. when you do the last two, the orders and the order details, they're going to take a little longer because the orders have, there's a few hundred of them, and the order details, there's a few thousand of them. So they're going to take longer. So you know that. All right. Have you both had a chance to finish?
My order detail is still loading it.
All righty. And Angie, how about you?
Same here.
Just let me know when you're done.
Okay.
All right. Keegan, you're still loading?
Yeah, it's still loading.
Okay. And I'll tell you what, I have no idea how much time is left on this, but as soon as it gives me the 10-minute signal, we'll go for 5 or so more minutes. but then we'll take like about a 15-minute long break. And if you can look up here, Keegan, even if yours is still loading, it's fine. I'm not going to do anything else, but I just want to show you this. Can you see on my screen here, right here where I've got the mouse over company XYZ? Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. If I wanted to add a new table or a new something now, I could click here, but I'm not going to. It's telling me I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tables. I believe the only way that it'll show those is in an alphabetic order. I could be wrong. There might be another way. I mean, I am totally, as far as using PHP My Admin, I am 100% self-taught. Literally, I watched a YouTube video on it that was about 10 minutes long, and then I started working with it. You know, and again, I'm not saying, oh wow, you know, it's, oh man, you're fantastic. No, it's fairly intuitive. All right. It's funny because when I was at my previous place of employment, I became the Camtasia guy. Whenever anybody had any questions, they came up and asked me. And most of the time I told them, go out to the company's website and type in your question. And you'll find the answer. Well, can't you tell me? You know, and it's like, I didn't really know any more than they did. I just basically did it by the seat of my pants. Keegan, did it come back or is it still loading?
It came back, but it came back with an error, so I tried to put it back in, and then I got another error. It said SQL query copy.
All right, I'm not sure what it would be. It might, since you're not an administrator, it might be something that's too big a file. I don't really know.
It
But
says something to do
if you try it again and you get another error, just try to go in and put in like about, I don't know, 10 or 20 records, like the first 10 or 20 that are in there,
with, okay.
and see if it'll take that. And if it still gives you an error, we'll just go on and we won't use that table for now.
Yeah, it still gave me another error.
All right, so we'll see. If nothing else, do a screenshot of that error and then send it to me, and I'll take a look at it and see if we can figure out what it is. Okay. All right. We're going to start with a few simple queries. So our boss comes in and says, how many categories do we have? Okay. Well, we could just say select star from categories. We could do that, and it would be just fine. And it would show us this, and we could count and say there's 6. That makes sense. All right. And there's no problem. I mean, that is a way you can find it out. But what if there was more than a screen full? What if there were hundreds? All right. The easiest way, and I'd like you to type this in, is select count, and then in parentheses, an asterisk from categories. Select count. Oops. Guess I can make it bigger. Select count star from categories. That should be big enough, I think, that you can all see that. And then click your go button. And notice then it comes back with 6. See that? Again, this is not meant to at all have you go, oh, gee whiz. It's not that big a thing, but just so you know, all right, the count does just that. We're going to look at count a little bit more after we take the break. All right. But if I came back here, I can now come in and find out how many records are in each one of my tables. So I know that I have 6 categories. I have 27 customers. I have 8 employees. Now yours, if you do this one, Keegan, yours, since it didn't work, you're gonna get an error, or you'll get 0, either one, but there should be in the order details, we've got 3,975 products that were ordered. And how many orders did we have? Same kind of thing.
Well, I typed that in. I typed the order details in just to see if it worked. And I mean, I never got an error, so I don't really know what
Did it
happened.
come back when you went down to the bottom here? Did it show you how many?
Mine says 2,740.
Okay. All right. Well, then there must be something that it didn't like in that next record. Angie, when you did yours, did it say 3,975 or did it say a different number?
It said that 3,000.
Okay. If it said 3,975, then everything was fine in it. So there were 944 orders, and each order had about 4 products that was ordered because that was 3,975. How many products do we have? And again, you can do this uppercase, lowercase, mixed case. It really and truly does not matter. We have 40 products, and I'm going to do the product vendors and the vendors. Product vendors, we have 90, and vendors, we have 10. All right, my thing did come up, and I've been going on since then. I'll tell you what, let's come back at 9:35. I'll have a new URL for you, and we're going to continue on. Is this at least somewhat making sense to you, what we're doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and drop off and come back again, please. I'll have the URL up around 9:32. Thanks.